Who in their right mind would consent to leave this planet and go live on that frozen rock? I mean, it's crazy. I'm going to tell you a little bit today about my motivation for doing this, but a lot about what this process, both in applying to be a person who might leave the planet and in studying the planets themselves, has done for my appreciation of the one that we're sitting on right now. In 1868, in Adrianople, Baha'u'llah wrote, "Know thou that every fixed star hath its own planets, and every planet its own creatures, whose number no man can compute." This statement was corroborated by scientific discovery 100 years after Baha'u'llah's ascension in 1892. In 1992 was the first confirmed extrasolar planet, a planet orbiting a star different than our own. This is a revolutionary idea and discovery that's happened in our lifetimes. Today, there are over 3,000 planets that have been discovered around other stars. We are on the cusp, not just of a revolution in space exploration, but in a revolution of our understanding of the universe and our place in it. This is a sampling of what humanity has done so far in the solar system. These are active space probes. These are robots that we have built to explore the solar system in which we live. Right now, the Cassini spacecraft is orbiting Saturn inside its rings. And in September of this year, will plunge into the upper atmosphere of Saturn to end its life without contaminating the moons of Saturn. Right now, the Juno spacecraft is orbiting Jupiter, sending back images and data that are revolutionizing our understanding of that planet. This is Venus, underneath the clouds. Venus suffered from a runaway greenhouse effect early on in the solar system's history. The Earth did not suffer the same fate, partly because it's further from the sun, and partly because of the giant impact that created the moon and gave us our tilt, giving us seasons and higher tides than the sun would by itself. When we think about where humans might go, where so far only robots have tread, the two obvious neighbors are Venus and Mars. Mercury is further away, closer to the sun, no atmosphere. The gas giants take years to reach, have no surface that you can stand on, and even if you want to go land on their moons, you'll be dead in a day from the radiation around Jupiter. You don't want to go to Venus. It's as close to hell as we have in our solar system without being on the surface of the sun. The space probes that Russia has sent to the surface of Venus lasted a matter of seconds. They sent a few pictures back before they succumbed to the intense heat and pressure, but the heat there is over 700 degrees Fahrenheit. So it's definitely not some place that I would like to visit. This, however, is a place that I would consider going. In fact, it's a place that I have thought about since I was 13, when I learned that it was a long-term goal for NASA. I'm now an aerospace engineer. I've spent the better part of my professional career preparing for such an eventuality, but it's rarer than winning the lottery to be able to go to space. Less than 600 people in the history of humanity have done it. So what do we want to talk about when we talk about Mars? It's got about 1/100th the atmosphere that we have on Earth. It doesn't have any of the things that we enjoy that provide the foundation for everything that we call civilization. On Earth, we have a water cycle, a nitrogen cycle, a soil cycle, a carbon cycle. This is a self-contained entity, constantly recycling all of the things that you and I rely upon for every breath that we take and every drink, every morsel of food. We have regolith on other planets, broken rocks on the surface, dust. But there is no other planet in our solar system that has soil, living regolith, full of